Welcome back to In4min. As always, I'm Jalen Russell, joined again by Jalen Gray. We're going to hop right into the news from Friday, March 10th. On the 10th, Attorney General Jeff Sessions asked 46 Obama-era U.S. attorneys to resign. This usually occurs when there's a new administration in office. However, the resignations are usually not asked to be immediate, as they are here. They usually wait until there's a replacement and then just switch them out. Additionally, Sean Spicer revealed that the White House believes that there's a, quote, deep state network of federal government employees resisting Trump and this new administration.
All right, wrapping up the rest of the weekend. In a letter addressed to Secretary of State Betsy DeVos, several Democratic members of the Senate Health, Education, and Labor Committee labeled the Trump administration's decision to revoke Obama's transgender policy, quote, disturbing and shameful, citing that all students should have a civil right to access to education without discrimination. Also, former U.S. ambassadors to Russia and Foreign Service diplomats are reportedly angered by what they view as a, quote, witch hunt pursuing Russian Ambassador Sergei Kislyak, warning that hysteria over Russia in Congress and the media will undermine U.S. interests abroad.
On Monday the 13th, the Trump administration came out in disagreement with the Congressional Budget Office's report that 14 million would lose their insurance this year and 24 million would lose their insurance over a decade if the American Care Act was replaced with the American Health Care Act. Additionally, the Trump administration told the State Department to cut more than 50% of U.S. funding to UN programs. This cut would impact programs like UNICEF, the refugee programs, and the World Food Program, and a UN expert said that this would result in utter chaos.
All right, on Tuesday, a leaked IRS form shows that President Trump paid $38 million in taxes on an income of $150 million, as reported by Rachel Maddow. Secretary of State Rex Tillerson is vowing that the United States will leave the United Nations Human Rights Council if the organization does not undertake, quote, considerable reform.
On Wednesday the 15th, federal judge Derek Watson of Hawaii placed a nationwide block on Trump's revised travel ban, citing that the policy is susceptible to lawsuits for violating the Establishment Clause and will cause irreparable harm. This decision came hours before this law was supposed to go into effect.
All right, on Thursday, a second federal judge from Maryland blocked parts of Trump's revised travel ban, but the biggest thing was the fact that President Trump unveiled his first budget blueprint. In it, he requests a $54 billion increase in defense spending. The EPA budget would be cut by 31%. He's requesting $1.5 billion in order to detain and remove undocumented immigrants, and $314 million in order to hire new Border Patrol officials. He's also requesting $2.6 billion for his proposed wall between the U.S. and Mexico, and on top of the $1.5 billion that is scheduled to be spent on it this year. Lastly, the Department of Education would receive $1.4 billion to invest in public charter schools, even as its overall budget is cut by 14%.
And lastly, on the 17th, on Friday, Secretary of State Rex Tillerson said that the policy of strategic patience is over and that military force is an option to deal with North Korea's pursuit of advanced missiles and nuclear weapons. This comes on the heel of North Korea test-firing 4 missiles into the Sea of Japan last week. That's all we have for you this week on In4min. Thanks for watching. Have a great week.